Hello, everyone. Hello, Melissa. Welcome, educators and GEG Sudan community to an exciting session designed to leverage your teaching skills to new heights. Today, we have the privilege of diving into the world of Edpuzzle alongside with an esteemed educator and leader in the field, Melissa Aveling, with over a decade of experience as a secondary mathematics teacher across multiple continents. She is an Australian secondary mathematics teacher for over 10 years, currently teaching in Malawi after being in Australia, Taiwan, and most recently Colombia. She loved traveling, being to 25 plus countries as of this moment, campaign, hiking, river trekking, and especially to waterfalls, playing tennis, reading photography, and probably other things. She is a leader for Global GEG. She's a Google certified educator. She's an ambassador for Mood, Edpuzzle, quizzes, and an Adobe Creative Educator leader. Melissa brings a wealth of expertise and a passion for innovation to our virtual stage. Today, Melissa will guide us through an exclusive webinar focusing on harnessing the power of Edpuzzle and to leverage our teaching practices. Together, we will explore how this dynamic platform can engage students, enhance learning outcomes, and ultimately transform the educational landscape. So without further ado, let's dive into this enriching session with Melissa Aveling and discover how Edpuzzle can take our teaching to the next level. Thank you for attending and welcome, Melissa, and the stage is yours.
Thank you so much for such a warm welcome, and welcome to all of you this evening, joining from Sudan, I guess, or anywhere else. But yeah, very glad to see you here. So yes, today is just a brief overview of how to use Edpuzzle, and you will get an experience to be my students. I was just told that most of you are university teachers, so the video that we're going to do together will maybe be of a very different age group, but hopefully you'll enjoy it too. So yeah, while we're getting started, you can drop maybe in the chat like where you're joining from and if you have any experience with Edpuzzle. So you can just write in the chat so that I know if you have ever used Edpuzzle before or this is your first time, and where you're from. That would be great. While you're doing that, I mean, I was already introduced, so you already know who I am or what I'm doing. But yes, I am an Edpuzzle ambassador, so I am trying to show you guys what Edpuzzle is like and hopefully encourage you to use it to leverage your teaching practice. Ooh, I didn't realize there are people from everywhere. So UAE and Uganda. Okay, wow. So other places. Yeah, I was assuming that everyone was from Sudan, but okay, that's really cool. So I'm in Malawi right now, and I've been here just since August. So it's still quite new for me, but I thought I'd try to show others how to use Edpuzzle. So yeah, very looking forward to meeting you all within Edpuzzle today. So nice to meet you. So what are we actually doing today? So we're going to do an Edpuzzle live together. So all of you are going to be my students. And I know some of you already joined the class, but I'll post a link in here again later and I'll show you how to go through it yourself, just in case you haven't used it before. And then I'll go over, why Edpuzzle, why should you use it, some ideas, and then show you how to create one yourself. And show you a bit about the analytics. And I'm going to give you some homework. We'll see what happens if you do it or not, but it should be interesting. So for most of you, I think it's your first experience. So this is very exciting. So we're going to start with a live Edpuzzle. So I'm not sure if many of you have joined my class or not. So basically, I'm going to pop this link in the chat for you, just in case you have not joined before. So basically, you're going to go to edpuzzle.com. I'll put this in the chat. and then you're going to sign up as a student. I have all the instructions here on the page so you can see it, but I'll also demo it for you so you get an idea of what to do. I know some of you already joined the class, okay? But I'm just popping some links into the chat for you so you can just click on them directly. So I'm going to check who's in my class so I can congratulate those people. So let's see. So I do have 2 people. So Ezra and Mogtaba, you guys already joined, which is great. But for those that haven't, so basically what you would do, so I'm going to share a new screen for you. Done. Let's see here. Okay. So when you get into Edpuzzle, this is what it looks like. Okay, it's probably your first time ever doing it. So I'm going to step through it slowly. And I know this session's being recorded, so you can always go back on it and get into it. Okay, so when you get to this page, you're going to click on login or sign up. For you guys, if it's your first time using it, you're going to press sign up. Okay, but if you have, used it before, you can press login. And you will say, I'm a student. I know you guys are probably teachers, okay, but for the purpose of this exercise, you're going to be a student. And then you can sign in with Google or Microsoft, whatever it is that you use, that's fine. For me, if I just sign in with Google, and when you sign in, if you have joined the class, you will see on the left, it says Edpuzzle training. If not, it means you need to click the link that I put in the chat. So let me go back to my other slides to see if you're following or not. And I can pause, of course, since it's your first time using it. So let's have a look. I'm going to go back to my slides. Yeah. Okay, so if I go back here, let me have a look to see if more of you have joined. Let's have a look. Oh, I have 4 members now. That's very exciting. Welcome, Mohammed. You have joined as well. So I don't know if you want me to pause if you need translation or you're all okay. Because for this to work, you guys will all have to join my class because I want you to be a student so you know what it's like as a student first, so you can see how it's being used. Can you guys let me know in the chat if you need some help or if you're okay? Can just give you some time. Should I have a look again? Because I want to do this for you guys as students, so you know. It's free. You don't need to pay. Okay, I have 5 people in. Yay, more people. Fantastic. So please write in the chat if you need any help. Do you want me to go through the steps again of how to log in as a student? Let me know. You guys are very quiet. But please, the whole purpose of this webinar, because it's just for you guys, you are welcome to ask as many questions as you like as we go through this, and write as much as you want in the chat. Yeah, I'd like it to be as interactive as possible, so it's not just me. It doesn't matter if your institution's not listed or not. You can just create your own. That's fine. Okay, I'll give maybe 2 more minutes and then I'll just start the live. Okay, because I know some of you are still joining. You want me to show like how to join again? You can see on the site, I can maybe drop the links in again if you like for you. Yeah.
Sorry, Melissa, but you can start again about how to log into the
Yeah,
Edpuzzle
yeah,
because
I'm
it's the
looking.
first time for the attendees to use it.
Right, right. Okay. So let me open this up again. I'll drop the links again in the chat for you. Okay, so you have, so I've said just go to edpuzzle.com first. Okay. And then you're going to sign in as a student. So I'm going to, yeah, I'll reshare my screen again. Right, here we go. So when you get to Edpuzzle, it looks like this, okay? And you'll have to either log in or sign up. When you log in, you're going to say, I'm a student. That's the most important part really for today. When you say I'm a student, you can either sign in with Google or sign with Microsoft. And then after that, it's probably going to ask you to join your institution or something like that. I'm going to share another screen for you so you can see. Okay, hopefully you can see this PDF. So basically when you sign into Edpuzzle, it'll ask you for permission. You're like, yes, continue. And then you'll need to put in your password as an optional thing. You don't have to. And you have to say, yes, I agree to Edpuzzle. Then in here, okay, you have to choose your school. If you cannot find your school, it's okay. You can add it. Okay, you can, because it will say like, oh, your school's not listed here, and you can just add your own school. That is fine too. Okay. Once you've done that, you'll have to select your grade level, subject probably. This is more for a teacher, but maybe. Okay, because it's your first time joining. Again, just tell me in the chat if this is too fast. Do you want me to go over it again? I know some of you already joined, but if you can just be patient, that would be great. Yes, just let me know in the chat if you're doing okay, or if you're struggling. So class code is in here. Let me show you again. Let me reshare all the things. Here we go. Okay. So the class code, it's at the end of here, but I can copy it from here. Hold on. So this is the class code if you need it directly, because you do have it in the chat there as well. Okay, but here. If you need that. But yeah, as a student, you just log into Edpuzzle and click the plus symbol. If you are using it for the first time, with students, they won't need to do so much because you can just add them automatically. Okay, but because for you guys, it's my first time meeting you, and I mean, I didn't know who you were beforehand, so you will see like the long process right now of how to do it. But yes, like the link, I mean, you can also just click the link to join the class as well, and that is fine. Okay. Just let me know if you need more time or if you're okay or not. So, Dr. Shahinas, do you want to explain some stuff in Arabic?
Yes, I can, yes. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله الحضور جميعا. مرحب بكل الموجودين معانا. يا ريت نسجل دخول في الموقع. موجود في الشات، هتلقوا اللينك اللي لو ضغطتوا عليه بس هتدخلوا. الناس اللي لأول مرة يستخدموا الإد بازل بسيطة جدا جدا. بس افتحوا اضغطوا على اللينك بتاع الايد بازل اللي اترسل الاول، وهتلقوا هيدخلكم على الصفحة الاولى مكتوب فيها getting started. تمام. اول ما تضغطوا عليها هتدخلكم على الصفحة. دخلوا الكلاس كود اللي ترسل عندكم ده. عندكم الكلاس كود اللي هو بدايته جي يو. يلا شيلوا كوبي الكلاس كود ده ودخلوا. هيدخلكم على صفحة فيها معلومات المستخدم. دخلوا الاسم كده، وما لازم طبعا الناس تدخلوا بالانستيتيوت والحاجات دي، ده التسجيل الرسمي في الموقع. ما بالضرورة. نحن بس هننضم حاليا للصف عشان نقدر نشتغل التاسكات المطلوبة مننا. تمام. بس نحن محتاجين للكلاس كود getting started. لكن الأهم من ده كله ما تعملوا getting started ولا تبدأوا as teacher. أبدوها as student. لازم كطلاب. أبدوها كطلاب عشان نقدر نخش معاه ونشتغل. لازم نكون طلاب. ما يعني ما حتلقوا الصف لو ما دخلتوا كطلاب. تمام. أوكي ميليسا. You can
Are you
continue.
just okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I might just start, I think, the video. I'll just go from whoever's in here and we'll just start. We have quite a lot of you in here now, so well done on joining. I know it's quite difficult to do it live and some of you are a bit frustrated at logging in, but you've done it, so congratulations. Most of you are in now. So yeah, so I don't know, do you need to translate again?
No problem. You can continue.
Okay, so what I'm going to do as a teacher, I'm going to put an assignment, okay? And I'm going to show you different ways to assign assignments in the future, okay? But for now, I'm going to say we're going to go live, okay? So I'm going to say start live mode. And this means that on your screen, as a student, it will probably join, okay? I will go back to make sure that you guys actually know what you're doing. So I'll go to my content and I'm going to assign it to all of you that are now in my class. Congratulations again for joining. And I'm going to say all of you, yes, I want all of you to be in this. And I'm going to assign it to all of you. Let's have a look. Yes, I can change. I will talk about these features later, okay? But for now, you will see an assignment pop up. And let's see. So I have 13 of you to join. So it should pop up on your screen to say join. I'm going to share my student screen so you can see what it looks like as a student as well, just in case you're lost, because I understand that as well. Let's see. So if I'm going to share my other one, just in case some of you are stuck here. So for me, like as a student, this is what I will see. So if I'm in Edpuzzle, it would just look like this and it would say it's waiting for your teacher right now. So that's fine. So you're just waiting for me as a teacher to start the video, basically. So hopefully it all looks like that for you right now. I'm going to go back to my teacher screen and see if most people have joined or we're still waiting. So if Lubna's here or Moktaba or Ezra, Huwaida and Moktaba and MDL Library. So it says that 7 of you have joined, which is great. If the rest of you, if you join, that would be fantastic. If not, that's fine. You're asking to register as a student now. Have you signed up already? I'm just replying to Dr. Sami in the chat.
If I can just reply to Dr. Sami. Give me a
Sure.
minute. دكتور سامي لو سمحت بس عارف الأول ما تدخل اللينك المرسل في الشات Edpuzzle أضغط عليه بدخلك على getting started. تمام. طوالي أضغط get started دي البداية. طوالي بيديك خيارين إنه تدخل الكلاس كود. ممكن لو ضغطت as student بيديك خيارين as student و as teacher. أضغط as student طوالي بيدخلك على طول. ودخل الكلاس كود اللي ادتنا له ده حاليا موجود في الشاشة قدامنا، وكمان موجود ممكن تشيله كوبي من الشات. اوكي ميليسا.
Okay, so I'm going to start it. So, I mean, Dr. Sami, you can just follow and just look at the Zoom, I guess, for now. Okay, so let's begin. So you're all going to look at the Zoom for the video, and then you'll look at your screen to answer the questions that come up. Let's see if this is sharing. Yes, fantastic. Okay. So at the start, I have this note.
This video is about a pigeon's opinion about a bath. Take notes on important adjectives you see.
Okay, so just going to continue for now. So I can add notes basically for students to read at the start so they know what they need to do for the video. Don't worry, you guys don't have to take notes, okay, for this one.
The pigeon needs a bath.
I do not. By Mo Willems.
So on your screen right now, you will see a question pop up. It will say, what do you think the pigeon is doing in the image? And you have an audio recording option.
What do you think the pigeon is doing in this image? You can use the audio option if you prefer.
Okay, so I will give you a moment to answer the question. What do you think the pigeon is doing in this image here? You can type your answer or you can record your answer. So I have one person that's answered. I'm going to share my student screen. So if you're a bit confused of how to use it. So as a student, this is what it looks like for me. So I would type, I think the pigeon is having fun in the mud. And then after typing my answer, I would press submit. Okay. And then it will just say waiting for your classmates to respond. Let me go back to my teacher screen and let's see who has shared their responses. Okay, I see 4 out of 9 of you have responded. So I'll give maybe about 10 more seconds for you to just type, just press submit. It's fine, don't be shy. I don't know if do you need to translate anything on there?
Yes, ميليسا. بالنسبة لاستخدام الإيد بازل اللي هو عبارة عن منصة خاصة بالفيديوهات التفاعلية. يعني حاليا هي بتعمل في فيديو، الفيديو في نفس الوقت الذي يعمل فيه الفيديو يقدم المعلم أسئلة لطلابه. الطالب يقوم بالإجابة على السؤال في اللحظة. الإيد بازل ممكن نستخدمه كمنصة فيديوهات تعليمية، سواء كان لمواد تعلم اللغة ولا العلوم ولا الرياضيات ولا غيره، في كل المواد. بالنسبة للاستخدام اللي هي تكلمت عنه حاليا، كان الفيديو بيظهر سؤال على شاشة الطالب. الطالب بيجاوب السؤال ويضغط سبميت إرسال، يعني تلقائيا بيظهر السؤال على شاشة الطالب. جاوب السؤال، ممكن يجاوب السؤال تايبنج، يعني أنا أكتبه كتابة، أو بتسجيل صوت، يعني حتى إذا كانت فكرة الكتابة صعبة بتسجيل الصوت وإرسال. تمام، سبميت بيظهر الإجابة بتظهر عندها. أوكي ميليسا.
Okay, thank you for translating. All right. So I see that 5 of you have now actually responded. So I am going to click continue and let's just see how you responded. So I can say show responses and I can see, so I think this pigeon is having fun. The pigeon is playing, taking a path, it's swimming, having fun. So, I mean, yeah, you can use this. Obviously, it doesn't have to be about pigeons, okay? You guys are probably much more serious about your content. And it's just a way to be able to hear any opinions from the students about what they think about what you are presenting. Okay, let us continue.
Hi, I don't know if you've noticed, but the pigeon is filthy. So I could use your help because
Matter of opinion.
So now you have a question here. It's multiple choice. So why do you think the pigeon needs a bath? Either the pigeon is filthy, the pigeon loves chocolate, or the pigeon has an opinion. So you can go and choose your response. Someone's asking something in Arabic, I guess, in the chat. If you want to respond to that. Sorry, I don't know any Arabic.
يس اوكي لبنى بالنسبة للسؤال بيظهر عندك في الشاشة لو انت منضمة للكلاس بتاعها، معناه انت عندك مشكلة انه ما انضميتي للكلاس. هل ظاهر عندك الكلاس ومكتوب عنوان الكلاس بتاعك فوق انه تريننج وكده، مكتوب عندك الكلام ده ولا لا؟ لو ظاهر عندك معناه انت منضمة للكلاس، لو ما ظاهر عندك معناه عندك مشكلة انضمام للكلاس. هو حتى بالمناسبة لو انضميتي في كمان حاجة تانية عشان يظهر معاك الكلام ده، بتلقي في نوتيفيكيشن فوق على يدك الشمال تقريبا، في نوتيفيكيشن. لو ما ظهر لك الرسالة في الشاشة، اضغطي النوتيفيكيشن بتلقيها معمولة بلون احمر، اضغطي عليها حيدخلك لنفس الحتة اللي احنا فيها حاليا. تمام. اضغطي النوتيفيكيشن بتلقيها في اعلى اليسار تقريبا او اعلى اليمين حسب اللغة عندك. نوتيفيكيشن اشعارات، اضغطي عليها بتنقلك للمكان ده. تمام. آه. ايوه تمام ممتاز. اوكي. The problem
Okay,
solved. You can go on.
thanks. I mean, if you are still trying to log in right now to join a class, maybe don't worry so much and just look at what's in the Zoom for now so you can see how the questions look like and how it looks like as a student or as a teacher for now. Because otherwise, if you're stressing about joining a class, then you won't know what's happening. So anyway, as a student, let's just say I click the pigeon loves chocolate and I press submit. It will give me, it'll say, you know, waiting for your classmates to respond. Okay. So I'm going to reshare my other screen now. And let's go back. So 6 out of 13 have answered. Pretty good. And I see that number's growing. So there's more and more of you that are joining, which is fantastic. You're still persevering with joining. So I'm going to say continue. And yes, the correct answer was the pigeon is filthy. It's really dirty. So you see, like, for example, there is some feedback. So in a multiple choice question, you can choose to have some feedback for the student. So if they've got the wrong answer, they can understand why they got it wrong. But I can go through that later. Okay, so let us continue.
I'm not a kidder. I don't really need a bath.
So the next question is, what would you tell the pigeon? So I'm going to reshare my student screen. So usually you have to play the audio.
What would you tell the pigeon if it told you that it doesn't really need a bath?
So you can also answer with audio. So I can record my response as well. So it gives students an option to either type or record. So I can say, for example, I think that you should take a bath because it's good and healthy for your body. Okay, so you can record whatever you like, and that's okay. Just make sure you press submit so your answer saves. If you don't press submit, then your answer doesn't save. So we'll just wait for a bit. And I'll see how we're going in the other side. Let's see how things are going here. So 3 out of 13 have responded. I'll give you some time. If there's anything you need me to address from the chat, let me know. I just don't know what people are saying. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to press continue because 7 of you have answered. Obviously, in a real class situation, you can wait until the whole class has responded or whatever. But for now, we're just going to move on. Okay. So I can say show responses. Oh, look, so many of you recorded responses. That's amazing. Thank you so much for actually being a risk taker. And I'm not going to play them, don't worry. Okay, but it's really cool to do this like at the start when you are first introducing Edpuzzle with students, for them to just play around with it, to have something that's not too serious at the start. It doesn't matter how old the adults are, okay? For them just to be able to try to record or to type, that's fine, okay? So I'm really glad that you guys did it. So sometimes in class, I would play some of them. Depends on the age of the students and how mature they are as to whether I would share them with the class. But yeah, I know maybe some of you are maybe a bit shy about what you are saying, so I won't play them to you guys, okay? All right.
I took one last month. I think it was last month.
Okay, so it's asked about adjectives.
What adjectives would you use to describe the pigeon?
Okay, so I'm going to skip this question, okay, because I think you're getting the idea of Edpuzzle, just to move on a bit, okay?
10 hours later.
Can I stay in the tub forever?
So very quick, easy, multiple choice question for you that I think you can all answer very fast. So I think you can do that.
What color is the tub?
So is the tub blue, yellow, or green? I think maybe it's blue. Let's see. I think it's dying right now, but anyway, we can. Okay. So 3 out of 13 people answered in this particular case. Okay. Again, if you have questions, please answer them in the chat. Ask them. Okay, so we have here, how would you describe the sound of the water?
So how would you describe the sound of the water? You can make sounds if you like. You can use the audio option.
So this would be funny, like to let the students record and say, you know, how they feel about the sound or anything in particular. Let me go back to my teacher screen. I'm not sure if any of you want to answer this one, or I can just, oh, we have one person answering. That's fine. Okay, once you've typed your response, whatever it is, when you press next question, there's just a little note there to say, make sure you bathe regularly, and then you can press submit. And I'll say waiting for your classmates to respond. Okay. Okay, so I can say show responses, some of you splashing, some of you are typing. I mean, I could play this. I wonder what you would put here. See, lovely, creative, fantastic. Okay, then I can press continue. And that would be the end. And then I would say exit live mode. Okay. So I can say, I'm exiting live mode. Yes, this is me as a teacher. And then it would reset for you. Okay. So I know that took a very long time, but hopefully that gave you an idea as a student what it is like. So basically you're watching a video, but instead of just watching a video without thinking or just taking notes, there's points where it will stop you and you have to answer some questions or take some notes, or some things might come up for you to pay attention to. So Edpuzzle is like an interactive video, basically. So these slides, I mean, I will share them with you later, but basically this is what happens, like you just saw. Okay, so you can take any video, embed your own questions in there, and you can track students' progress, which is quite nice. And I mean, it is pretty powerful because it does increase student engagement and hold student accountable. Yes, it is pretty amazing. Because a lot of the time you might give videos to students. Like for me, I record a lot of videos myself and I do send them to students, but I wouldn't know if they've watched it or what they're doing with it or if it's useful for them. Whereas with Edpuzzle, you have all the data there. You can see all their responses, what they're saying, what they're doing. If they have any questions, it's all there for you. Okay, so I am going to show you how to create a video lesson, just with some basics, so you have an idea of how easy it is. If at any point you need me to stop, or if you need a translation, please write in the chat and I can pause. Okay. You can just give me a thumbs up in Zoom, or okay, Shahina's is doing that. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to demo to you an example of how to create your own video lesson. So in Edpuzzle, now this is as a teacher. So later you will log out and re-log in as a teacher, and I'll show you how to do that. But for now, do not worry. Okay, just come to the Zoom. If you're still on your Edpuzzle, no. Come back to the Zoom and see the screen that is being shared. And basically, as a teacher, you will have so many different videos that you can choose from that are already here. Okay, and you can filter by subject. So I can say, for example, if I'm teaching calculus, actually in the chat, can you share what subjects you are teaching, whether it's at university level or anything? That would be great. So then I can pick something for you. Technology, radiology, maybe we have something on technology. Science, social, technology, and engineering. Okay, I'm just going to pick that. And then, yeah, save. And then grade levels, I can say higher education or college, I guess. Okay, so they're talking about, I don't even know what this is, but you've got like conductors and who knows what else in here. Okay, some people are English, maths, genetics, veterinary medicine. So you guys are doing all the different things, but you can search for anything. Okay, so if your subject doesn't appear in here, you can just search at the top. Okay, and you can see many videos that have already been created. And if you wanted to look in countries, so it says Malawi for me immediately because it knows I'm in Malawi, or you can choose any other country that might have created videos for you in the past. And the source, if you want it to be an upload from a teacher or from YouTube. Okay, so you have many things that you can select. And if you open up one of these, you can see that some of them already have like interactive features in them. So you don't actually need to do that much to it. Okay, so I'm going to open that up in a moment. Let's just check if, can you scroll to see if Sudan is available? It depends if anyone from Sudan has uploaded a video. If no one from Sudan has uploaded a video, it might not be in here. Let's have a look for Sudan. I mean, Sudan is here, but no one from Sudan has uploaded a technology and engineering video. How about if we get rid of some of these? Okay. So these are videos that people from Sudan have uploaded. So cell adaptions, I guess, some things about French. But But really, you can search for anything. Like if you have like a YouTube video that you think is really cool, you can just paste it in here and you're done. Okay. So yeah, you can search for anything really. Okay. Let's see. Okay. No one's writing in the chat, but you can see it's very easy. I could go to YouTube and just paste something. I can also look at my network. Okay. And these will be from people that are around Malawi that have shared videos as well. Okay, but just be conscious that at the top here, you can filter. Okay, so if you're someone that is doing higher education, then you can select higher education to make sure that's the level of the video. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so you can, hopefully that's clear to you. So you understand you can filter whatever you like. I'm going to go with maths, okay? Because I also teach mathematics. I know some of you don't, but anyway, there's like lots of options. Did I miss maths? Maths should be in here somewhere, hopefully. Oh, look, it's at the top because I teach maths. Okay. And let's have a look. Someone's writing in the chat. Yes, you can upload your own tutorials about something specific too. Okay, I'm just showing you one option where you can search in here for anything you want. So I might say fractions for high school. Okay. And I can see if anything has been uploaded to do with that. Okay. Or on the right-hand side, I have this button that says add content, and I can upload my own video, or I can record my own video. Yeah. Okay. So there's lots of different options there for you. So if there's something here that you don't want, or if you already have your own video, you can just upload it. Okay. So let me just open up something that I've used. Let's have a look just for fractions as an example. So if you find something that's interesting, let's just say it's fractions in algebra. Oh, that's mine. That's my own video. That's so funny. Okay. Anyway, I can see in here that there are so many interactive elements in this particular video already. You can see on the right-hand side, I have open-ended questions, multiple choice questions going through here, and I can play the video.
Oh, there. So I'm going to do this quick video to see what you remember about fraction.
Okay, so I'm going to remind them they need their notebook.
Okay. Then we'll do a little quick intro into like algebraic fractions. But first, of course, I need to see, what do you actually remember about like adding and subtracting fractions?
So a lot of the time I like to do a diagnostic or a pre-assessment. So when I'm first introducing something, I like to see, okay, what do you know beforehand? And I like to leave it as an open-ended style question, and just they can type the responses. Anyway, so this is someone's video, right? This is mine. But if you don't like the video, I mean, if you like it, you can just assign it immediately. But if not, you want to get like a video yourself first and make it your own so it sounds like you can also do that. So if I wanted to, I can just press edit. Okay, so this is a video that's already made. In the videos, you can decide to trim the video and cut it if it's too long. So maybe I don't want 5 minutes. I just want like 2 minutes or something like that. And okay, yes, I want to delete those events. You can decide, okay? So this is the first feature, which is cutting. So usually you might have a very long video and you want to chop it. Cutting does that for you. You can split it, cut it, delete, whatever you don't want. Then you have all the different questions that you can add in there. So you can add multiple choice questions, which you would have seen. You can add open-ended, and you can add notes. If you add a multiple choice question, if you're doing maths or math, you can put formula in there if you want. Okay, so if you want to use any of the formula tools, you're welcome to. Okay, you can also add links and pictures in there if you want to have a picture as a prompt as well. Yes, YouTube videos definitely need cutting. They're a bit too long. And yeah, then you put your responses in here. And it's good, you have this button called feedback, and you can write feedback for the student. So if they get it wrong, they understand why they got it wrong. That's for multiple choice. And for some students, you probably know that when they're reading a question, some of them like to hear the question. So you can record the question instead for them, so they can hear the question that's being asked instead of just reading the question. That's a recent feature from maybe a few months ago. Then you have open-ended questions, which you would have also seen. And you know that students can have audio responses, as some of you experimented with before, and you shared your audio responses, which were fantastic. Okay. And again, when you're asking your question, whatever it is, so how are you today? You can also record it for yourself, for the students to hear your voice. So it's like if you have a YouTube video and you didn't make it, but you think it's an amazing video, but you want to make the students be able to hear you as well. It's nice for them to hear your voice. So for you to add your voice in here as a little recording, like saying, how are you today? And then so they can hear it, when they're doing it.
How are you today?
So it's like, instead of just hearing the YouTube person, they can hear you too. And yeah, allowing audio responses, they can respond as an audio. And the last type is a note. So a note is any reminders you want to put in, any links to resources, anything you like, really. Okay, so those are the 3 types of things you can add to make your videos more interactive. So multiple choice, open-ended, and notes. Okay. Does anyone have questions about the different features you can add into a video? No questions. No one's writing in the chat. Do some of you need translation, or you're okay?
I think it's okay for now, and there is no question. Yeah, there's a question in the chat.
About peer grading, as in students grading each other, as in like assigning a video to another peer? You mean something like that? Is that what you mean? Yes, there's something called student projects, which you are going to do maybe at the end of this. It's already 7:47. But anyway, I will show you that later. But any student, if you create your own video, you can share it with someone else and get them to do the video as well. It's a very good review technique, because for a student to create a video themselves, that really shows a much deeper understanding, right? Instead of just generating answers on paper. Yeah, so that is an option. So anyway, that's how you create. Okay, so you can choose your own video, choose something from YouTube. You can also use there's a recorder for Edpuzzle as well. I don't have time to show you that, but it's an extension. It'll be in the resources. I know some of you might use Loom or Screencastify, or something else to record videos yourself, but Edpuzzle also has its own extension, which you can use as well. Okay. Anyway, once you're happy with what you've created, you can press save. Okay. And then you can decide if you want to assign it. So if you have your class of students, you know how all of you joined my class earlier, you can click assign, and then you can choose which class you want to assign it to. Okay, so I might say, yes, I want to assign it to all of you students. Or I might think that, no, only Miss Aveling needs this video. Or maybe Hassan also needs this video. You can decide on which students are going to have to do this video. Okay, so you can differentiate it. So let me just say, I just want Miss Aveling to do it. And I can say next. And I can say when I want to start it. So I don't have to start it now. I can start it like next week, next whenever, whatever you want. It is up to you. Let's just say I want to start it next in May. It means that the student won't see the video until then. Okay. And you can state when you want it to be due. If you don't want to have a due date, that's also okay. Yeah. Okay. And then you can prevent skipping. I highly recommend you should choose that, because otherwise they can skip, the parts. So by default, that is selected. If you have assignments with multiple choice questions, you can select how many times they can reattempt the video. Okay. And for accessibility, you can have this option for speeding up the video. So when students watch the video, they can either speed it up or slow it down. And you can turn on closed captions, because as you know, that there are some students that prefer to read. For me, I like to be able to see words on the screen. It just helps me understand a bit better. So yes. And then if that's all fine, I would press assign. Okay. And that means in my data here, I would see Okay, she has not watched the video yet. She hasn't tried it. Okay, that's like the data right now. I can't actually see anything. Okay. If you wanted to share this with someone else, you can press share assignment, and I can give this link directly to students, or it can be posted on Google Classroom or whatever you use, or I can embed it somewhere else. If you made a video and you want to share it with a colleague, you can also do that. So if you open up your video, you can say share preview, and you can share this with your friends. So for example, if I wanted you guys to see this video, I can just copy this link and give it to you, and you could have a look at it just to see what it looks like. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense at the moment. So basically creating a video is very easy. Okay. Whether it's from yourself, from YouTube, something that's on Edpuzzle, your own recording that you're doing in that moment, whichever one. Okay. Then you can add all those interactive features within there. If I wanted to see, for example, the grade book. So this would show me what people have done, how much time they've spent on each video, whether I need to grade anything. So you can see like how much time people have spent, right, on the videos at the moment. Once you have more data, there's a lot in there. I can't share my students' data because of privacy stuff, but this is you guys, so it's okay. So I'm just going back to here briefly. You will get access to this account later. To edit with a teacher, basically with videos, okay, let me just go back to this question. So someone's asking about, can you share a video with a teacher? So if I go to my content and I open up this video and I say share preview, okay, and I give it to the teacher, they can't edit my video, okay? They would have to make a copy of it and then edit it. Okay, so you can't be both, like two people editing at the same time, if that's what you mean. No, that is not a possibility. Hopefully that's clear for you. Hopefully. Okay. Now we don't have a lot of time left in here. Okay, so maybe I'll get you guys to do this, or I'll show you the project. Let's have a look, because I'm conscious of the time right now and I have a lot of stuff in here I want to show you to go into the analytics and all that sort of thing. But I don't know if you guys have questions. Okay, some of you were asking earlier about how you get students to do things. So if you have students and you want them to create their own video, you can. Okay, there's something called student projects, which I'm going to show you because I'm going to allocate you all a project, okay, where you can get them to upload their own video or to get something from YouTube, and they can add questions and notes in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you that. So in here, I have a project in here. Let's call it called Your First Video. So if you want to ever assign your own project, okay, oops, in here it says add content, and you can, at the bottom it says student project. So if you want students to make their own video, that is the option that you would choose. Okay. So I've created this project for you guys, and I've written here, you should create a video for your own subject or area that could be used in your class. A good project should have some different types of questions. You can decide to use your own video or use YouTube. Keep it short and simple. I know that maybe as a higher, like if you're in university, you like to have very long videos. But for this project, I'm asking 5 minutes or less, okay? So, and I've put here optional, add some audio or feedback, because when you do this, I'll be able to see your video and I can give you some feedback on what you could do or what was fantastic, etc. So I'm going to assign this to you guys just so that you have it in there. So if you want to play with it as a student, you can. I'm going to, maybe I'll just say no due date for now, because I don't know when I'll see you next. We would have another Edpuzzle thing. Because I mean, there's so much more that I can show you with Edpuzzle, but I think I did a lot already, probably made your brains a bit crazy. But yeah, in here I can see, for example, if you have submitted a project or not, okay, and you know, any feedback I can give you on the project. So if you open up your Edpuzzle, now you should actually have a new assignment. So if I go back, So Arabic is not like an extra language at the moment, but you can, for example, if you make your video in Arabic, that is fine. Like you don't have to make it in English. Like there's videos in many different languages, but as a language on Edpuzzle itself, that is not like an available language yet. They've just put Japanese in, and they've just put Portuguese in, I think, recently as well. Okay, let me just show you. If you're a student, it does say your first video is a project, okay? And if you click on it, it'll have the instructions and you can start the project, and you can either find a YouTube video or upload a video and then go from there. You can also write comments in here if you want me to read some comments for you as well. That's also fine, okay? But that's as a student, okay? For you as a student, what that would look like. Okay, so I can show you, like in the future, maybe they'll have Arabic as an actual language, but when you go to your profile and click on your name and you go to settings, there's an option for language here, okay? But Arabic is not an added language. So recently they added these three: Portuguese, Romanian, and Japanese. So these are the ones by default. I mean, I guess for you, if you are, if your first language is Arabic, at the moment, you probably use Google Translate, right, to translate their website. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yes, I mean, you can, but there are videos in Arabic. So it's just that the platform is not, there's no option to actually have it in Arabic yet. Okay. All right. Are there any questions about the project or what is going on at the moment? No questions about that. Because yeah, the big thing was that, I mean, I did want you to be able to create your own account as a teacher, but I mean, with the time that we have here, I don't think we can do that. I mean, the big thing is, let me just share my student screen so you know, and I mean, you can look back on this recording later, and you can also look back at the slides. The slides have a lot of information in there. So in here, okay, I would log out. And then I would log in again, but say I'm a teacher this time. That's just to make sure you have a teacher account. If you want to create videos yourself as a teacher, then you would select that option. Right now, all of you are my students, okay? So you have a student view. But if you go into like a teacher thing or whatever, you have to go and whatever. Look at me, I'm creating my new account right now. Amazing. And then I have to yeah, okay. Look, I have to do this whole thing again. Okay, fantastic. I'm just going to choose random things, start teaching. Can you use it with exams? Do you mean like you have a video on an exam and you get students to do it on there? I mean, it depends on what sort of exam you're doing, I guess. Not sure. Anyway, let me just show you the end part of my slides. So the slides basically include a lot of information. So there's things about how to create a teacher account, going through the analytics, all those sorts of things. Usually when I run Edpuzzle things, I do like 2 mini sessions. But today, yeah, we did take a while trying to get into Edpuzzle, but you got it. You got it in the end, which is fantastic. So yeah, new things that have been released recently in Edpuzzle. You can do auto grading. There's like an AI in Edpuzzle, which is cool. It can auto generate questions for you as well. So if you're uploading your own fresh video, you can press auto generate and it can generate questions for you, and you can decide if you like them or not. The playback speed I mentioned was new, audio and playlists. So if you have like 5 different videos that are all about probability, you can make it a playlist and then assign that to students too, instead of like assigning 1 video each time. Those are just new things recently. Okay, and this is the homework that I mentioned, so you can see if you do homework, okay, about the project. I'm not sure if you have any questions or not for me. I'm going to drop the link for feedback. I just need some feedback on the thing. I think there was maybe like just too much. Oops, that's a very terrible link there. Yeah, I mean, if you have your phone, you can use the QR code. It's a very quick survey. was like 3 questions, just to let me know what you thought of the session, effectiveness, if you need more stuff for the future. Because I wanted to really show you how it was like as a student. So you could decide, is that something that you would want to use yourself or not? I don't know if anyone needs translation before I go to like the last couple of slides, or we're okay.
Yeah, Melissa. And really, I have a question.
Yeah.
If you're a student and I finished my project, I chose something from the YouTube and I finished it. Maybe by mistake I didn't add questions and I didn't finish it very well. Can I return it back to do something?
Yeah, I can do that from the teacher end. So I can make you resubmit your project.
Yeah. You can
Did-
you can use
Yeah,
it as a teacher, but not as a student. I cannot do it.
Yeah, I don't think, can you delete your project? Did you just try to do that?
Yeah, I try to do that. Yeah.
So if I looked at the first video and I see that, oh, look at it. Oh, yes, you put yours in here.
Yeah.
So you submitted yours already. So I can say make student retry. And I
Yeah,
see you wrote a
very good.
comment.
Yes.
Maybe,
And I have a comment. Yes.
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 So I could read your comment, for example, and say, okay. And then I can make you retry. So I say you have
Okay.
to redo the project. Do you want me to do that? I can do that for you.
No problem. Yeah, you can do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, so yes, that was, but yeah, as a student, you can't delete your own. So just make sure you only submit if you are ready. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So drop the feedback form in the chat for you to fill out if possible. Is a feedback option available in Edpuzzle? Absolutely. So I can maybe show you, I can just show you this live since we're here, unless you all need to disappear. I mean, I'm at school right now, so we can. So let's have a look at my assignments as a teacher. See, I didn't get to go through all this stuff because we don't have enough time. So 19 answers to grade. So if I have a look at your answers, for example, I think the pigeon is, I can write in here as a comment, so feedback option for the students, and they can see the feedback for each of the questions that for you guys. Okay, I don't know if is that what you're asking about feedback? Mona? I'm not sure if that's what you were asking.
If
Yeah.
anyone needs to talk to Melissa and ask questions, please, you can raise your hand and I can open the mic to you.
If you want to, that's fine. Like, I just show you the rest of the stuff in the slides and then, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So in the slides, there is this Wakelet collection made by one of my friends that has resources about all the things with Edpuzzle. Okay. So it has about getting started. YouTube has this recent new playlist with updates about everything, getting the Chrome extension, best practice videos. That's my video. Haha. This is about the AI feature, and anyway, there's lots of things in here, right? Okay, it's pretty amazing, but it's in the slides, and I'm going to drop the link in there now as well for you before I go to my final slide. I don't want to keep you all. Okay, the Wakelet is in there. How to get feedback for the students on your video. What do you mean exactly? Wait, let me put the slides on here. From the students on your video, what do you mean exactly? I mean, you can unmute if you want to talk. Yeah. Here are the slides, okay, for you guys. If you need anything. But yeah, thank you so much for all of you as well for attending this session. I know I couldn't finish all the things that I wanted to, but hopefully it gave you some ideas of how you could use Edpuzzle in your classrooms and with others. Yeah, but yeah, you can just give me some feedback just to let me know. And I don't know if Dr. Shahinaz would want to say anything, or if Mona, or if other people, as she mentioned, if you want to unmute, you want to ask something about it. please let me know because I'm here now and I can help you. I can show you different things if you need. Otherwise, thank you for attending today.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for everything. You are wonderful. Really, the Edpuzzle in Sudan, really, we don't know a lot about Edpuzzle. It's the first time for, I'm sure, 100% that most of the people who are attending today, the Edpuzzle, they are using it for the first time. So
Oh.
it's really enjoying, and I love the AI new features, and I love how it's interactive and how we can give feedback to students. Even we can use the audio and our voice. It's making students familiar with their teacher and with the lesson and everything. It's very nice. Thank you for everything. And I think if anyone have any question, you can ask Melissa by chat, or even if you have something to say, just raise your hand and I will open the mic to you.
Oh, Mona said she tried to unmute, but she couldn't unmute.
Okay, Muna Hassan. Okay, Muna, I will unmute you. Okay, now you can unmute yourself. Muna Hassan, okay.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much, Melissa, for this nice lecture today, and Dr. Shahinaz as well. Actually, my question is about the feedback. What I meant when I give a video to the student, and then I want to have feedback on my video if they really understand what I wanted to tell them or teach them at the end. So if there is an option to have this feedback, or within the video, the comment is the feedback uh, which I could have. So this was my question. Thank you so much.
That's okay. So what I was showing you before, so let me look for the fractions thing again. I'll just show you what I do at the end of my, let me have another, there's my own thing. So basically at the end of videos, I try to put like a reflection thing for them so I know where they're at. So let me just have a look. Yeah, this was one of the things that I wanted to talk about with like best practices basically for videos and that sort of thing. Let me have a look. Edit. Okay, so what I would usually do, so at the end of the video, I would add a question. So I would put as an open-ended question. So either like, okay, so what did you understand? How are you feeling about this particular question? You know, you can just write that in there and they can respond. I can show you maybe some videos that I've created myself because the account that I'm sharing at the moment is my personal account. So yeah, I can show you as a teacher what my account looks like if you want. Record video is available to everyone. Yes, yeah. I'm going to share my other screen for those that are still here. Okay. So this is my school account. Okay. So let's just say I'm going to look at this grade 8 probability introduction. And I'll show you what I do for the end of the video. Let me scroll. Yeah. So this is what I typically do. Hopefully I'm sharing my right screen and you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. I'm just checking. So this is the type of question that I'll put the end. So how are you feeling about the concept of probability distributions? Are you confident? Okay. Are you lost? You know, do you need more explanations? They can use the audio option if they want. And sometimes I'll also put an extra question in there to see if they did understand. So something about probability distributions or something just to see, okay, did you actually know what I was talking about? But yeah, generally speaking, that's what I do at the end. Yeah, so hopefully that, let's see, recording video. So if you have, so here you have like add content and it says record video here. You can press that if you want. And this is like the Edpuzzle extension. So basically you can record directly with Edpuzzle. It's like another extension, I guess. But if you use something like Loom or Screencastify, you can also use that. It's just that if you use the Edpuzzle extension, it directly goes right into Edpuzzle. Whereas if you use Loom or Screencastify, once you've done your video, you have to download it and then upload it to Edpuzzle. Whereas if you record with the Edpuzzle extension, then it goes directly into Edpuzzle. I don't know if that makes sense. What else was there? I would like to know whether the class I registered will be mine and I can conduct my lessons in the future. So I'm not sure if you're talking about as a teacher, what you have registered. So if I go back to my, where am I? Here, yes. If I go back here, this means as a teacher. So as a teacher, see, I didn't go over how to create classes. Yes, Edpuzzle is free. So if you go to classes and you say create class, you can use any of these options here. If you're like, if you're university, maybe you're using Blackboard, okay, or Moodle, I'm guessing. Yeah. Is that typical?
Yes, we are using most of the time Moodle or Google Classroom.
Okay, so I mean, if your classes are already in there, you can just click Google Classroom or Moodle and it'll import all of your students at once.
Very good.
So you see, yeah, so you know the experience that we had today, okay, at the start of this session, how it took about half an hour to get into the live. It's because I didn't have you in a Google Classroom or an LMS. So it's much more difficult to have to like get you all to join one by one like that, okay? So yeah, it is, you can, if you don't use any of them, you can just create a class, okay, from scratch as well. That's fine. But yeah, once you have done that, then, so like Mohammed, you're asking, how can I briefly introduce Edpuzzle for students who have never used it before? I mean, if you have them in Google Classroom or Moodle, just add them automatically to Edpuzzle. So they don't need to worry about signing up. Like the experience you had today, okay, it's quite a lot because you had to go and choose your school, you had to go and do all these things because I couldn't pull you into my class immediately. Okay, whereas your students, if you connect them immediately, I would recommend doing a live Edpuzzle with them at the start. I know what we did together, like a short video, like 30 seconds, just to show them how to interact with the video, basically. That would my recommendation be. And log in as a teacher with a personal account. That's exactly what I did here. So this account on here is not my work account. This is my my personal email and everything, but it's exactly the same process. You just say, I'm a teacher, you say your school. It's the same process. You're just using a different email. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully. Are there any other questions at the moment?
I think there's no question for now in the chat. But one last question here.
Yes, content private or public, absolutely. So I'll just show my content here. So with your content, you see right now it says public.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can choose private. Okay, so private means it's only available to you. It means no other teachers can see your video. Your students will see your video when you assign it to them, but no other teachers can go and search for your video if you make it private. Okay. And it is free. Okay. The restriction is that if you want to create more than 20 videos without deleting anything, then you have to pay. Okay. So you have a storage limit up to 20 videos, but be aware you can just reuse other videos or delete videos and recreate. I mean, it's fine. I mean, for you guys, you're just starting. So, I mean, yeah, but that's the only thing. The payment stuff would be for storage. If you wanted to make more than 20 unique videos, then you would have to pay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is that?
If anyone has any question, please ask in the chat or raise your hand if you have any question, even if it is in Arabic language. and I can translate to Melissa. If anyone have a question, please ask your question or raise your hand.
Do you want to say it in Arabic so they so those
Yeah, okay, I can do it. إذا في أي سؤال ممكن لو سمحتوا برفع اليد أو كتابة على الشات، أو حتى لو عايزين تسألوا باللغة العربية it's okay. أسألوا السؤال وممكن نترجمه لميليسا تجاوب عليه. أعتقد اليوم كانت الجلسة ممتعة جدا. اتكلمنا عن الإيد بازل وشوفنا الإمكانيات المتاحة للفيديو، إنه كيف أنا ممكن أعمل ريكورد لفيديو أنا بنفسي أو أستخدم فيديو أصلا موجود على اليوتيوب، ممكن أستخدم في مقررات مختلفة. شفنا التكنولوجيا الانجينيرينج، شفنا الماث، شفنا الكيمستري، شفنا حاجات كثيرة موجودة في اللينك اللي هي شيرته معانا في الموقع. وممكن نستخدم كل الحاجات الموجودة دي ونستخدم الفيديو الموجود بالإمكانيات العالية اللي فيه. ما عليه إلا نضيف أسئلة عشان الفيديو يكون انتراكتيف مع الطلاب والطالب يقدر يجاوب على السؤال، بالإضافة لأنه الطالب عنده إمكانية إنه يعمل بروجكت، هو يصور هو الفيديو ويرفع هو الفيديو الخاص به. if I assign this للستودنت، إذا أنا كلفت الطالب بالحاجة، إذا أنا كلفت طالب بيعمل بروجكت أو كلفته يجاوب على أسئلة موجودة في الفيديو بتاعي أنا، من الحالتين متاحين. حاجة ممتعة جدا والتعامل معها ممتع، بالإضافة لأنها يعني ذكرت إنه في إضافة بتاعت AI features أضيفت مؤخرا للإيد بازل، إنه ممكن أنا أديه الفيديو وهو يعمل الأسئلة بس، ما عليه إلا أضيف الأسئلة. ودي إمكانية ممتازة جدا وعالية كمان، ممكن نستخدمها. دي حاجات جدا رائعة اليوم. أتوقع إنه استفدنا كثير من الإيد بازل، وكمان إنه فيه إمكانية إنه يكون هو أصلا مجاني للمعلمين لحد 20 فيديو. أكثر من 20 فيديو بيبقى مدفوع، لكن 20 فيديو، حتى ال 20 فيديو نفسها إذا خلصت ممكن نمسح ونضيف تاني، أو إذا أنا حابة ما أمسح أحتفظ بال20 وآخذ أكثر منها. إذا في الحالة دي لازم يكون عندي الأكاونت المدفوع. لحد هنا أنا أتوقع الكلام واضح ومفهوم بالنسبة للكل. في لينك أضافته ميليسا للفيدباك، إذا حب يعني لو سمحتوا بس تضغطوا عليه عشان تعملوا فيدباك. بعدين في لينك لووكلت فيه ريسورسز إضافية ممكن تستفيدوا منها في الموضوع، والسلايدز حتى اللي هي استخدمتها حاليا في الشرح موجودة، البرزنتيشن بتاعها موجود. بالإضافة لأنه أنا كمان خديت لينك حتلقوه موجود اللي هو للحضور attendance. يعني انتوا عارفين احنا بنصدر شهادات من جوجل فور إديوكيشن او GEG سودان للناس اللي حضرت معانا. فلو سمحتوا برضو يتعبوا اللينكين، لو سمحتوا اللينك الخاص بالحضور واللينك الخاص بالفيدباك، الاثنين لو سمحتوا. تمام. طيب كده لو في أي سؤال، لو في أي سؤال يا ريت تسألوا. لو في أي إضافة، لو في أي استفسار، لو في أي حاجة عايزينها يا ريت برفع اليد لو في حاجة. طيب الجلسة دي مسجلة، حتكون متاحة على صفحة GEG سودان على الفيسبوك. بعد ما نخلص إن شاء الله هتترفع الجلسة على صفحة GEG سودان على الفيسبوك. مرحب بكل الناس اللي عايزين يستفيدوا منها، وإن شاء الله حنستفيد من ميليسا في حاجات تانية نلتقي بها مرة تانية إن شاء الله في أشياء أخرى. Thank you, Melissa, for everything today. And we hope that we will meet you again in another, inshallah, training course with another tool, with the AI features of Edpuzzle. I would love to learn about this and more about the teacher features in Edpuzzle.
definitely. I can definitely have a session that's on that.
Thank
instead.
you. Thank you very much for your attendance. Thank you for your sharing. Thank you for your willing to give GEG Sudan. Thank you very much. And thank you for all the attendees. And I told everyone just now that you drop the link for the feedback, you drop the link for the booklet resources, and you drop the link for the slides that you used today. Thank you very much. If you have anything to say, we are open to hear.
So yes, thank you so much for hosting as well and inviting me. It was great that we had a collaboration. Yeah, I was just hoping that I can reach other educators in Africa, and it's great that you're able to open this platform. And I really appreciate all the participants this evening. I know it's a Monday night, you know, it's a work night, and you're all coming out, you know, to learn something new for most of you. And I know for many of you, this can be quite difficult. So I'm very impressed with the fact that you all like put an effort into trying to join the class and trying to participate and asking questions in the chat. You know, I really do appreciate, because without participants, then, you know, the webinar isn't for nothing, you know. So I'm very happy to see that you did participate this evening, and I hope you did learn something new. And yeah, if you do have any other questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll see what I can do to help you. Okay.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you very much. For those who are asking about the page, the GEG Sudan on Facebook, just write GEG Sudan Facebook, and you're gonna find the page. Thank you, Melissa, and thank you, attendees. I know that we are attending this webinar in a very difficult time, Sudan in a war situation. So people who are attending from Sudan have really difficult time. No internet, no safe, and no, sometimes even water to drink. Thank you very much for attending, and I hope that everyone will be safe and Sudan will return back safely and inshallah healthy and wealthy. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for everything. Thank you, attendees, and see you inshallah again soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.